Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everybody. I am Mr. Park, and I'm the new music teacher, one of the new music teachers for Union Avenue and University Middle Schools. So, give me a moment here to share my back to school presentation. Present now. Tab, back to school night. And here we are. So, Irvington Public Schools back to school night. So I'm again Mr. Park for Union Avenue and University Middle Schools, and I teach instrumental music, vocal music, and music theater. So in this presentation, we're gonna go over 5 topics, a little bit about who I am, attendance, grading, and scheduling, my classroom expectations, the curriculum and materials, what the students need, and what we'll be learning in this virtual learning, and contact information, like how you can reach out to me. So first thing, just a little bit about me. Again, I'm the new middle school band director, but I've been in Irvington for the past 4 years. The 3 years before then, I was at Irvington High School, and I was the assistant band director, assistant marching band director, the piano teacher, and the exploring music teacher. So very excited for the opportunity to head the band program for both schools. And yeah, I'm really excited to get going. If you are curious as to my background, just my quick summary I provided for you on the right-hand side. So my attendance, grading, and schedule. So attendance policy is very simple. Students have to be in my Google Meet, and I'll be taking attendance in PowerSchool. So make sure that your child has access to my Google Classroom, because I won't be posting the link until 5 to 10 minutes before class starting. The reason I do this is very simple. When the kids are in school, they're not walking into the class 30 minutes before it starts. That's silly. So I want to simulate as close to a regular school day as possible, which is why I don't post the Google Meet link until about 5 to 10 minutes prior. If your child doesn't have access to Google Classroom, that's probably because they don't have an Irvington account, the irvstudent.org account. If you don't have that, make sure you contact the school. So it could be the guidance counselors, the assistant principals. Contact them and get that figured out. Make sure they have their ID and their password so that they can start logging in and attending classes. So we are in virtual learning. So our grading policy has changed a little bit. So tests are worth 40%, quizzes 20%, individual assignments and projects 30%, and class participation is 10%. So I'm very flexible when I'm grading, and I grade on improvement. I don't grade on how talented you are. That's not what I'm about. If your child knows nothing about music, and every single class they show me that they're trying and they're retaining and they're progressing, they're showing me progress, that is what will get you a higher grade. I'd rather have a student who tries hard rather than the naturally talented one that doesn't try at all. So I always appreciate effort, and I reward that. There's a grading rubric that I use. As you can see, we have 6 categories to the left and the points on the top. And we have descriptions in the boxes to inform you and your child what they have to do in order to get straight 4s. Now, for the schedule on Google Classroom, I know that we're swapping classes and just trying to get everything organized. So now the schedule has pretty much settled down. So here are my Google Classroom codes, just in case your child is not in the right section. And if you can, help your child by being individually responsible, have them look up what code they need to enter and have them enter it. That way, we're giving them a little bit of extra responsibility. Now, my classroom expectations. Very simple. Follow the guidelines, be respectful, be prepared, follow directions, follow everything that they need to follow as a student, and participate, have fun. School is boring to the child because they don't participate. They don't partake, or they get confused and they don't raise their hand for questions, right? So I'm very open to helping students. Unless I'm going through something very important, I will always make time for your child, right? So they have to reach out to me though. I will always offer, but they also have to take it too. For virtual classroom, very simple. Please make sure your child is, wearing the school uniform top at the very least, right? Muted. Obviously, webcams are turned off, but there's just sometimes I will ask them to turn on their webcams, like the last 5 or 10 minutes. That's just to review the breathing technique, making sure they're breathing properly. For example, if they're breathing like this, that's not a correct breathing technique for singing or playing their instruments. However, when you breathe like this, that's a great setup for both. So I can't see that. I can't help them with it if I can't see. So this is only for about the last 5 to 10 minutes of class, and I make sure to prepare the kids for it. So, it's not every class, by the way, that we're doing this, but very few classes for, if I need to do a visual analysis of your child. So the curriculum materials, because of COVID-19, it's been difficult, but manageable to teach music. So what I'm doing right now is setting the knowledge portion of music up first. So students are learning about music theory, like how to compose or make their own music, right? The steps to that. They need to be able to read music notes before they can use it to write music. So I'm introducing them on that. A little bit of music history, how did we go from, prehistoric bone flutes that made by cave people, go from there to, Johann Sebastian Bach, Beethoven, to whatever they listen to today. How do we go 60,000 years, and how did music evolve there? I think that's a good knowledge to have, so that students can grow an appreciation for the music of the past, the present, and what will come into the future. Another thing that I'm doing is I'm going to teach every student to sing. The reason why is when you can sing a note in tune with a piano or something, or an instrument, that means when you play your instrument, you can listen and really train the ear. It's called ear training or oral skills. So I'll also be training the students with that until we're able to go back to school and hand the instruments out. Now, what do the students need? They need a notebook. Always need a notebook. Need a pencil with an eraser. No pens. Reason being is because when I give students a copy of the music and we write notes, eventually when the student gets more knowledgeable and a lot smarter, they don't really need those pencil marks anymore. So I'll purposely have them erase it and try to have them retain that knowledge without anything written. And besides, if you write it with pen, if I give the same music next year to the kids, then it's not really, it's already been marked up. Webcam, microphone, headphones. This should already be with your Chromebooks if you ask for a Chromebook from the school. The most important thing I look for is enthusiasm. If you're not excited to learn, if you're not at least there with a smile, then it's very difficult to pass the class, right? So as long as a child is excited to come to class, that's what I feed off on, right? I try to get them to laugh and smile and to really enjoy class, because this is a very hard situation for all of us, especially the kids. Now, when we do eventually go back to school, I don't know when that will be, but when we do go back for in-person learning, I do have an instrument inventory problem. For example, I have 31 clarinets, but I only have 31 clarinet players, but I only have 15 actual clarinets. So right now we don't have enough. So I'm talking with the administration for both schools, and I'm talking with some outside vendors, and we're going to try to see if we can do some sort of instrument rental program throughout the school. It's not ready yet. Nothing's been determined yet. So when I have more information, I will get that out to you. But just know that I am working to make sure that we have instruments for the kids. Now, finally, how do you reach out to me? Well, the best way to reach me is through my email, which is bpark@bts irvington.k12.nj.us. Don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have a question. You want to buy your kid an instrument, anything, anything that you need to speak to me about pertaining to your child. Please email me. That way, if you want to do a live parent teacher conference, I can arrange a time to call you for phone conversations, or we can interact like this with Google Meet. Okay, just email me first, and then we'll schedule something for you. Finally, thank you for watching this presentation to the very end. I do really wish we could have spoken in person, but due to COVID-19, safety is paramount. Please make sure you fill out the form below. Okay, and this is the small reduced link. Now, this form is an information, contact info. This way I can get your name, who your child is, which school they go to, and all that stuff. And we'll go over that chart right now, actually. So once you click that link, you will see this Google form. So what you do is fill out your name, your email address, and your cell phone. This way, I have a database of what's your email address with your cell phone. So if I need to call you or contact you, I have that information. Which school does your child go to? Again, I teach in both schools, so if you can help me out by telling me that information, that'll be great. Your child's name, for obvious purposes, right? What grade they're in, another obvious question, and which class they are in at the time they are in. So is it instrumental music, vocal music, or musical theater? So I hope that you found my back to school video presentation informative. Please, again, don't hesitate to email me, contact me. I am here for your child's success. And, my philosophy of education is I teach life skills. Music is the medium in which I do it. So I'm looking forward to teaching the middle schools this year. And I'm looking forward to making great music with them as well. So I hope that your family, your friends are safe. And yeah, please don't hesitate to reach out should you need me. Thank you. And have a good rest of your day, afternoon, or evening, depending on when you're watching this video.